What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to look at 4 exercises for a golfer's elbow. This is a condition that causes pain normally on the inside of the elbow, and it involves our wrist and finger flexor muscles, which are right here in the forearm. So those muscles come up and their tendon attaches here on this bone on the inside of the elbow. So if you've got pain in that region, stay tuned for today's exercises. Before I jump into today's exercises, I just want to mention that my new book, Rehab Science: How to Overcome Pain and Heal from Injury, is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble with all major book retailers. The book has rehab programs for the 50 most common conditions with pictures of me doing the exercises, and in the elbow chapter is one for golfer's elbow. So basically what you'd see is when you open the book, you'd see 3 phases for each issue. This is just one page in the program. Again, pictures of me doing the exercises, instructions for each exercise, and descriptions of when and how to move through the phases. So if you'd like a resource that covers the whole body, has programs similar to what you'd get if you go see a physical therapist, I will put the links down in the description. For our first exercise, we're going to use a ball to mobilize the wrist and finger flexor muscles. Sometimes releasing tightness in those muscles can help reduce pain on the inside of the elbow. So I've got a little ball here called a pinky ball. A lacrosse ball works well for this too, but you're going to set it down on a table or a countertop, something that's pretty firm. This table I'm on is actually probably a little too soft, but something like this. And then what you're going to do is put those forearm muscles on the ball and then use your other arm to kind of push down and mobilize and massage those muscles. Don't go up onto the tendon. You don't want to push on the tendon. You're just getting the muscles, kind of that meaty area in the middle of the forearm. So you're just rolling through there, finding any tender points. If you find one, you can pause there. You can even kind of move your wrist up and down to add a mobilization with movement. But basically just looking to kind of massage and relax those forearm muscles just as a way to help reduce pain, especially when it's acute. So for something like this, go for somewhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. You can do this every day, multiple times a day, whatever seems to work best for you in terms of reducing pain. For our second exercise, we are going to start strengthening the wrist flexor tendon. When we look at tendon pain in the research, loading the tendon with strength training is the best, has the best evidence. So for this one, you're going to take a dumbbell. I've got a 5-pound dumbbell. You want to find something that's challenging but doesn't create more than moderate pain. So find that level. What you're going to do with this one is start with your palm up, with your wrist just sort of hanging off the edge of the table. And then you're going to take the dumbbell and hold it there. Now, if your pain is really acute, you could just start here and do an isometric contraction where there's no movement. My muscles are having to hold, which is putting stress on that tendon and helping it adapt, but I'm not moving. A lot of times when tendons are really irritated, this is where people need to start. If this is your situation, you're going to hold like this for 30 to 45 seconds, and you're going to perform 4 to 5 repetitions every day. Now, as this gets easier, then we want to start going through a full range movement here, a full range contraction where we're using those wrist flexors eccentrically on the way down and concentrically on the way up. So this is a muscle strengthening exercise, but because those muscles are pulling on the tendon, it helps to rehab the tendon as well. So again, you're looking at no more than moderate discomfort, no more than 4 out of 10. So find a weight, again, that's challenging, but doesn't create more than that type of discomfort. When you can get to the point where you can do the repetitions like this, you want to go for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions every day. Okay, so that's our first exercise, a wrist flexor curl. For the third exercise, we're going to take that same dumbbell and you're going to kind of choke up and grab the end of it, and then we're going to strengthen our pronator muscle. It's a muscle that runs at an oblique angle here, also attaches on the medial epicondyle on the inside of the elbow. So what I'm going to do here is slowly lower the weight. It's going to want to pull my arm over into supination, so my pronator teres muscle is working eccentrically to control that. And then on the way back up, that pronator muscle is going to contract concentrically to bring the weight back up. Now, if a dumbbell is too easy, you could use something that's longer, that has more leverage. Maybe a hammer works well. Sometimes there's these long kind of weighted sticks. You don't need a lot of weight for this, but this dumbbell, this 5-pound dumbbell, is probably too easy for me. So just see what works best for your situation. With all these strengthening exercises, you're thinking about something that's challenging, but again, no more than moderate discomfort. This one, like the last one, you're going to go for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Really move nice and slow with control. On the eccentric phase, you really want to think about 3 to 4 seconds through that range of motion, and then somewhere in the 2 to 3 second range on the concentric part. Okay, so that is our second exercise, a strengthening exercise for the pronator teres muscle. For the last exercise, we're going to work our finger flexor muscles, which are essentially the muscles that give us our grip strength. Again, those attach up here on the inside of the elbow, just like the wrist flexor. So there are all kinds of grip strengthening tools you can buy online. Sometimes even just having like a ball, a tennis ball or something that you can start by squeezing. You can do an isometric squeeze where you just hold and squeeze. And like we did with the wrist flexor curls, you could start with 30 to 45 second holds and go for 4 to 5 reps. As isometrics get easier, then you want to go through a greater range of motion. I don't have a grip strengthening tool, but I've got a clamp here for a barbell, which actually can work pretty well. It has the same idea. You can grab and squeeze in and move through a concentric motion, make a tighter fist, and then slowly let it release and work that eccentric component of the finger flexors. So our finger flexors flex our fingers, so essentially just again making a grip. So you can just go in and out and work your reps, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. This is probably a little too easy for me, so I really would benefit more from an actual grip strengthening set. Usually those sets have different resistances, so you can find the one that's appropriate for you. I'll put a link down in the description for a grip strengthening set if you're looking for one. But that will be our third exercise, working our finger flexors, because strengthening those can also help with pain on the inside of the elbow. Okay guys, so those are the 4 exercises that really tend to help people who have this issue. Again, my book has a much more comprehensive program that will walk you through those 3 phases of rehab. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments section and I'll try to get back to you. All right, see you next time. Bye.